Coming up, how the child tax credits may impact families this tax season. Plus, why some healthcare workers are asking Dane County to start a program to help them.
A seasonal end to your weekend is expected. Your forecast is straight ahead.
Live from the Breaking News and Weather Authority, this is WEAU 13 News at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. No one is hurt following a garage fire today in Rice Lake. The Rice Lake Fire Department says crews responded to a fire on the 900 block of Linden Avenue around 11:45 a.m. They were able to keep the fire contained to the garage. Rice Lake Police also responded to help with traffic control. The fire department estimates the fire caused about $100,000 worth of damage. The cause of this fire is still under investigation. While the future of monthly child tax credit payments remains in limbo on Capitol Hill, households with children should pay close attention to a letter from the IRS. Karen Kafa shares what's ahead for the attempt to bring them back. One Bloomer woman is being celebrated by her community, family, and friends for reaching a major milestone. Maxine Kaywell is turning 100 years old. A birthday party was held today for Kaywell at the Bloomer Civic Center. To add a little something extra, Kaywell wore her prom dress from 1941, which she says cost her $8 at the time.
Well, I thought it'd be very unusual for someone at my age that would still have their prom dress. And it's something that I've always taken care of. But I will say that this is the only time that I've ever displayed it to such a wonderful crowd.
Kaywell is an avid golfer who won a number of awards during her time on the green. Kaywell says she's hit 3 hole-in-ones. We'll have more of Kaywell's story tonight at 10. The U.S. has reached a new milestone, 74 million COVID cases. It comes as millions of home tests are arriving in the mail across the country. An NBC News tally confirms more than 74 million cases in the U.S. since the start of the pandemic, with over 74.2 million cases and more than 885,000 deaths. The case count reached 73 million 3 days ago, signaling a slight slowdown. While many healthcare workers have spoken out about the firsthand struggles of fighting coronavirus, some in Dane County are demanding solutions through a new program. Although it comes with a hefty price tag, Michelle Bike shares why healthcare workers say it's worth it. Because this week was just the introduction to this proposal, the committee chair says she needs to have more conversations to decide the next steps. It could turn into a resolution, but for now, she says there's nothing assigned to future meeting agendas. Coming up in Sports Scene 13, another NFL legend is deciding whether he'll return for another season. First, why a certain type of owl is making its home further south than usual this winter. The Wisconsin DNR says it's seen the number of snowy owls in Wisconsin double this year. 2 of those birds have been living on Lake Monona in Dane County. Marcus Arsvald explains why these birds are making homes in Madison. The DNR asks people to keep their distance if they do spot a snowy owl and don't use flash when taking pictures. 14 teams took to the ice this morning to win the United States Croco Curl Championships. It's a game created in Canada that combines curling and a board game called Crokinole. It's the second year the city of Altoona has held the competition in River Prairie. Altoona was the first place in the country where you could play the game. Assistant City Administrator Roy Atkinson says Croco Curl is a sport for the whole family.
That's the great thing about Croco Curl. Anyone can participate. It's open to everybody and no limitations. So anyone can participate in this. You can pick it up. You could never have played before. I played my first match last night and it was a blast.
Team Jokumsen and Stack are this year's Croco Curl champions. In addition to bragging rights, today's winners got a championship belt and $100. We saw a warm start to the weekend in the Chippewa Valley with much of the same expected to finish it. But another Arctic blast is not too far away. Meteorologist Derek Dahlman lets you know when the mercury drops, coming up next in your Skywarn 13 forecast. Well, we'll definitely be looking forward to that brief warm-up.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, Derek. Next in Sports Scene 13, a top 10 Division IV basketball team comes into Eau Claire today. And the latest information on Tom Brady's potential retirement. So it doesn't feel like spring yet, but Derek, we're getting pretty close to spring at this point.
Yeah, that's right, Maria. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. 50 days and counting until we finally arrive at spring here on March 20th.
Thanks, Derek, and thanks for joining us. Join us back here tonight at 10 for our next newscast.